My Carolina Panthers just went through a very expected but still very embarrassing loss to the Dallas Cowboys 33-10, falling to 1-9 on the season and continuing to be an utter embarrassment. So in this video, I'm going to do as I do after each and every game and provide you all with a few awards for some performances that I saw put forth out there on the field this week, and we are going to get into all of that right after this.
I'm from the foe. You dig?
Welcome to The Way I See It with Jamario Rashad. This is a Carolina Panthers fan channel. Please do me a favor by hitting the like button, and please make sure you subscribe as I am on my road to 3K. Trying to make sure my channel continues to grow as my team continues to get their ass whooped this season. Now that that's out of the way, let's go ahead and get to these awards. So without any further ado, there shall not be any collective award given for this O-line this week. This week, we are going to point out a singular player, the man in the middle, the person, the only other person that touches the ball as often as the quarterback. So winning his first "You Should Have Stayed Your Ass in the Locker Room" award, Bradley Bozeman. Oh my God, did they not pick on your big ass all game? Bozeman was immediately, at some point throughout this game in the first quarter, identified as the weak link, and he was who the Dallas Cowboys chose to just sick Micah Parsons on time after time after time, and Bozeman couldn't do shit with it. He didn't have a damn thing for Micah Parsons, continuing to just get done up play after play after play. He looked like a peewee football center trying to block a varsity damn linebacker just coming up the middle of the field. Bradley Bozeman was completely ass. Now, this goes without saying that this is completely embarrassing. If you are a Carolina Panthers fan, you would understand. Micah Parsons is somebody that I thought was going to come into this game and take over because he would attack Icky. He would go after our left tackle and just destroy him all game. There was something on tape. There was something that transpired throughout this first quarter that said that Dan Quinn and the Dallas Cowboys identified and said, you know what? We're not even going to go after that left tackle, that second-year guy that has been struggling for majority of the season. We are going to go after the man in the middle, the one that has the contract freshly signed, getting new money that we had to cut our starting center last season because of. He's the weak link, and we are going to destroy him. And Micah Parsons just stuck his ears back and attacked all damn game. So if you are somebody that is going to stand out on film and on the field as being worse than Icky, sir, I only have one thing to say to you, Bradley Bozeman, and that is you should have stayed your ass in the locker room, sir. Congratulations. I ain't think I was going to ever have to do this, Big Bows, but you have been big ass as of lately. So now we move on to the coaching staff, because you know I'm not going to let this shit ride. I shall not. I don't know how many times he has won this award, but winning his umpteenth in a row. Frank Reich, you should have stayed your ass in the locker room. Voice cracking up, man. Reich, I do not know how you are surviving through this fire. Your Wrangler, Levi, whatever damn pants you wear should have had the ass burnt out of them by this point because of how hot that seat you are occupying currently is, and I don't know how in the hell your key card to the facilities has not been deactivated as of yet, but I hope and pray that it is coming up soon, because I cannot continue to see what you have taught and coached up my Carolina Panthers to be this season in less than 1 year after firing who I thought was the worst possible coach ever in Matt Rule. You come in and you say, you know what, hold my goddamn beer. I got something to show y'all. I got 1-9 for y'all boys with the first overall pick. Frank Reich, you are the worst coach I have ever seen holding the clipboard in that Carolina baby blue, and I want to see it end expeditiously Word to T.I., man. This guy is just completely delusional. He goes up there in his press conferences throughout the week, after each and every game, and just continuously says, I think we have the guys in the building. I think we have the playmakers. We have to do it. We just have to do better. I know it. I see it. You don't see shit on tape, man. Quit lying. Quit lying to us talking about you see it on tape. You don't see shit on tape, Frank. We got the tape too, bruh. I buy NFL Plus. I got the all 22. I'm seeing what you see. And they ass, bro. They are ass. So quit fucking lying. I don't know what you continue to come out there and do that bullshit for. And one of the most despicable moves that reared its ugly head time and time and time again throughout this game is the fact that you allowed for a guard that had started the previous 7 games of this season to get cut, to just not even get relegated to the bench, not even on IR, nothing reasonable. No, it had to be something preposterous. It had to be some bullshit because it's the Carolina Panthers. You cut Throckmorton, you bring Zavala back in after he was carted off the damn field a few weeks ago with a neck injury that, thank God, was not catastrophic. But you bring him back, and you bring him back so much so that you want to give him so much kudos, want to make him feel so damn comfortable that you cut the guy that had been starting for the previous 7 games. What the fuck are we doing, Frank Reich? Are you fucking stupid? Bryce Young was under duress from go. From the first snap he took, there was immediately a whiff, and the Dallas defensive line was on his ass all game, Frank Reich, and you just didn't do anything about it. You come to your presser talking about we considered making changes. Of course there was a thought. That wasn't no goddamn thought, man. Your ass was sitting out there without a fucking clue, sitting there just clueless without any that stoic ass look on your face. But it's not stoicism. I do not want to give you the credit of saying that you was just sitting there not feeling the pressure. Your ass is just sitting there because you don't know what the hell you're doing. You're sitting there like you off a couple of Mollies and 3 goddamn Red Bulls, just sitting there out of your mind, just loaded, not doing shit. The only coach on the sideline showing any type of emotion is a Jero Evero that has lost damn near 90% of his unit, but they still go out there and play their asses off each and every week. But you sit up there and continue to just be useless, to continue to sit up there talking such a monotone fashion, show that you are neither an innovator nor a motivator, show that you have absolutely nothing to bring to this team. You call Jim Caldwell your mentor. Jim Caldwell should be ashamed of your ass because you don't have shit to show for it. You have shared the room with Peyton Manning. You have shared the room with Tony Dungy. You have shared the room with Jim Caldwell, and your ass has not soaked up not a damn bit of that information that you should have soaked up in that time. So for that reason, hopefully soon to be former head coach Frank Reich, you should have stayed your ass in the locker room, sir. Congratulations. Get him out of here. Get him out of here, man. I need Frank Reich gone like yesterday, man. And we got one more. Y'all know it. I knew I shouldn't have given his ass any credit last week because I knew, or whatever week that was, when he was playing well, because I knew that shit was going to come back to bite me in the ass. So winning his 3rd or 4th, you should have stayed your ass in the locker room award. Dante Burnt Toast Jackson, I do not know what in the hell went through Scott Fitterer's mind at the trade deadline, having the unmitigated gall, the unwarranted courage, the doggone mind of a 2-year-old child pushing buttons on a trade machine to not accept any type of trade compensation, to just come in and supplant and try to build for our draft next year. If we could have gotten a 5th round pick for your ass, that would have been fine, because DiCaprio Boodle and every other guy that has stepped up, including Troy Hill, guys that we have signed off the damn street, have came in and played more consistently and played better than you. And that ass Dante Jackson that shows himself quite often throughout the season, reared his ugly ass head in a game that felt like we were teetering on possibly coming across a miracle. Because let's talk about it. Even if we were kind of close and only lost by like a point or so, that would have been a minor goddamn miracle. So the fact that the game was even in hand a little bit, but you and your inability to play the cornerback position, letting a rookie like a third string tight end get a touchdown early in the game, getting your ass burnt multiple times by CeeDee Lamb, so much so that you got to get a defensive pass interference just to avoid giving up a touchdown. You are a starting, supposed to be cornerback too, but as you have showed us time and time again, you are not even as good as CJ Burnt Toast Henderson, and I can't even wait for him to come back so that your ass can get relegated down to the bench, hopefully. So for that reason, Dante Burnt Toast Jackson, you should have stayed your ass in the locker room, sir. Congratulations. Just a waste of a number, man. Waste of millions of dollars and a waste of fucking potential draft capital that we could have had last year, because there's no fucking point in keeping him on this team if he's just gonna be terrible like this. No point, man. It's no point. Why do we always get the terrible LSU players? Dante Jackson, goddamn, Terrace Marshall. Why can't we never choose the good LSU people? All the other teams get the good LSU guys. We gotta get the ass LSU guys, but this is bruh. Oh my God, my fucking disaster cats get on my nerves, man. So now that that's out the way, I have some new awards for y'all, man, or at least a new award for a few people, man. Now this here is something that's original. I think it pretty much encapsulates everything that I feel about these guys, and I think that y'all might feel this way about them too. So winning the first ever go back to school or go ahead and get that CDL because football ain't for you, big dog award, Jonathan Mingo and Chandler Zavala, 2023 NFL draft picks by my Carolina Panthers, rookies that have contributed next to damn nothing relative to their draft status, to the draft hype that they received prior and after the draft. These two guys have been a disappointment, but that was not on display and in any higher fashion or in any other game bigger than what I saw today. Chandler Zavala, after being inserted into the starting lineup after my Carolina Panthers, for some strange reason, elected to cut a starting guard that had been playing for the last 7 games. As I mentioned earlier in this video, he got that player cut for some reason. Now this is just conspiracy. This is just me taking a piss in the dark here. I don't know what I'm hitting, but I believe I would say that Chandler Zavala has to have some information that he is using to hold against Scott Fitterer. Now let's put all of the pieces together. Now let's go all the way back to the draft. They said that Chandler Zavala sent our GM a text message telling him that he would still like to be a part of the team, which, you know, it rings to me, you better draft me, motherfucker. That's basically what he said. And then he gets a starting job immediately on the spot. He gets a neck injury. He is carted off the field. He has to give the rolling thumbs up he has to indicate to everybody that is not anything career ending or anything like that. That's just a few weeks ago. Throckmorton gets inserted. He starts for 7 straight games. Although he may have been ash just like the rest of our offensive linemen, he had been out there to establish continuity, and he was somebody that was not a rookie nor coming off a neck injury. So when Zavala gets reinserted back to the active roster, he gets Throckmorton booted off the team. He, like, so much so, me coming back on the team and just starting doesn't make me comfortable enough. I need for you to cut that motherfucker off the team. Nah, man. It's something deeper. It has to be something deeper than just like malpractice or just Scotty being ass. Nah, I think Chandler Zavala got something on Scotty, because if you saw what Chandler Zavala did in this game, I don't know how one could come away or surmise in any way, shape, or form that this big ass kid who looked like a big ass Make-A-Wish kid out there with the jersey on trying to protect my franchise quarterback. I don't understand why anybody would think that he is ready or needs to be on the field, because that is not. It's just not true. It's not where he is. It's not the level of football that he's prepared to play. He showed one of the worst efforts. He gave up one of the worst whiffs I have ever seen by an NFL offensive lineman I have ever seen, giving up a fucking sack to Micah Parsons, getting no help by Bradley Bozeman, who should have stayed his ass in the locker room, who should have helped the rookie to the left of him. They both just got ran through by number 11, allowing Bryce Young to just get hit time after time, and there's no goddamn reason why he should be on the field. So even when Chandler Zavala did his job and gave Bryce Young a little bit of time, when Bryce Young chose to throw the ball to number 15, more often than not, and most likely, that play ended in either a dropped pass, an interception, a pick. It doesn't matter. Jonathan Mingo, he is shitty on his routes. He gives half-hearted routes. He gives half-hearted ass effort. See how he acted after giving up an interception just because things didn't go his way. He showed no effort towards tackling DaRon Bland. Gave up 6 points. He drifted down the field on an out route where he should have just stayed solid in the line, not allowing for the cornerback to cut under him. He runs lazy. This is a guy that was recommended to us by Steve Smith, Panthers legend, that has come in and been just a complete shell. There's nothing you can say to me that can convince me that this guy is better than Terrace Marshall. This is not even me taking up for Terrace Marshall, because Terrace Marshall has been terrible in his own right, but Terrace Marshall has shown to be more consistent and shown that he has a higher ceiling than this guy. So for Terrace Marshall to be a healthy scratch, and for Jonathan Mingo to get the opportunity to just go out there and be terrible, that is some bullshit. So for that reason, both of you two guys either need to re-enroll in school or go ahead and get that CDL, because NFL and football is not for you, big dog. Congratulations. Oh man, this team, man. So now, because I'm in the mood of giving out these collective awards, I don't think that there needs to be one person or singularity. Sometimes there does call for singularity, but a lot of times there is collective assness. There is this collective blame that needs to go around. So this is a very new and still an original award for me as well. So winning the inaugural First Team All Fuck Up Award, Xavier Woods, Amari Barno, Deshaun Williams, and Eddie Pinheiro. Each and every one of y'all sorry mofos should have stayed y'all asses in the locker room, collectively making plays that snowballed further and further, making this game that was once close out of reach, because you all just could not control yourself and do your fucking job correctly. Let's start early in the first quarter. The Carolina Panthers are showing unexpected resistance to this high-flying Cowboys offense that has been playing out of their minds out of late. We have an opportunity to get these guys off the damn field. It is 3rd and 19. We get a stop, and Xavier Woods, for some strange-ass reason, decides that it is a good idea to not only get a face mask, but to get a horse collar tackle on a player that was damn near 10 yards short of the first down marker, and give them an automatic first down, putting them in position to continue their drive and eventually go down and score some damn points. So now, let's fast forward to the second quarter. The Carolina Panthers just put up a touchdown. They put together the best drive of offense that they have had all season. The longest drive, the most complete drive, the best drive they've had all season. So you know what? We got some momentum, man. We fighting back. We might go out here. We might actually have something. We might have to go out there and we might have a chip. We might actually fight, man. Nah, wrong. What does Eddie Pinheiro do? He goes out there and immediately kicks the damn ball out of bounds, John Casey style, puts them on the 40-yard line, gives them a short field, and pretty much gifts them 3 points because they only have to go about 30 or 40 yards to be in field goal distance. But that is not even the worst part of what happened on that drive. That is just what capped off that drive. So what happened just a few minutes later? So then you have Amari Barno, who decides that he is going to go helmet to helmet with Dak Prescott as he is sliding down about 7 yards short. On a 3rd and 10 play, Amari Barno decides to go helmet to helmet, get an unnecessary roughness, extend that damn play, and now the fuck-ups continue to snowball, and now we have one more before everything is just out of reach, before everything is just doomed, before everything just comes crashing the fuck down. So later on, just a few plays later, just a few minutes later in that same damn drive, we have another 3rd down opportunity. It is 3rd and 16, and we yet again stop them short of the 1st down marker, and then we have Deshaun Williams, for some inexplicable goddamn reason, just comes up behind Kevontae Turpin, puts both hands behind him, shoves him to the ground for absolutely no fucking reason, draws a 15-yard penalty, extends that drive again. Like, man, what the fuck are we doing here? That completely counteracts the drive that we were able to put together on the offense, where we had, I believe, 3 4th down conversions. When you on the other side of the ball give up 3 stupid ass penalties on 3rd and long, that counteracts everything and makes everything pretty much equal and mute, and that leads to L's for the Carolina Panthers. So winning the inaugural First Team All Fuck Up Award, Xavier Woods, Amari Barno, Deshaun Williams, and Eddie Pinheiro. I don't even know, man. We about to get up out of here, man. You know, I like to always try to find something positive, although in my last video, that was all doom and gloom, bro. There was no positive. Nobody was good. Everybody was ass. But in this game, there was a singular standout star, and if you were not a box score watcher and you actually looked at the game, if you just looked, or if you may have looked at the film afterwards, you would know that this guy jumped out and had the biggest impact of any player on the field in a Carolina Panthers jersey. So winning his very first Baller Award, Troy Hill. This man was all over the field, not only in coverage, but being a sure tackler in the open field. Unlike these other guys that I just mentioned on the first team all fuck up list, when he had an opportunity to get a tackle to end a drive, or to make a play, to drive on a pass, to get a deflection, to make sure that he had his presence felt, he took advantage of that situation every single time. I don't know why I struggled to say that just now. He took full advantage of that situation every single time. He was the best DB we had on the field, and I believe he probably played the best overall DB game collectively that I've seen any of our guys playing this year, bar none. So much so that I believe Troy Hill is playing his way into a very lucrative contract this season. I don't know if it will be with my Carolina Panthers. I hope that it will be, because at the age he's at, I believe he's around 30 years old, or getting on the other side of that. He will be a great depth piece for this team. He could be a spot starter whenever there are injuries, but he is somebody that is in Carolina because of his familiarity with Ejiro Evero. With Ejiro Evero being as good as he is, despite the 1-9 record that the Carolina Panthers have this season, one can only surmise that he may be a actual head coach next season. So if that does not happen, I hope that Troy Hill could come back and be and continue to be a piece for my Carolina Panthers for the short future. I believe that even though he was not signed throughout the offseason, he was a mid-season acquisition. I believe that a case can be made that he has been the either tied for 1A, 1B, or a close second as the best free agent pickup or the most impactful free agent pickup that we have this season, behind Kamu Grugier-Hill, that has stepped into Shaq Thompson's spot and has pretty much, in my opinion, we haven't seen much fall off from that unit. Period. But Troy Hill and what he's been able to bring in, I believe, just about four weeks, just about a month on on the team, he has been an absolute dog, and I appreciate that so much. So for that reason, winning his very first Baller Award, Troy Hill. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And that is the video, man. What do you all think about these awards for this week? Who do you think was potentially more deserving? Am I tripping? Did somebody get an award that possibly didn't deserve it? Is there a baller that I didn't mention? I know some people might mention that Miles Sanders had a good game. Miles Sanders had a good game relative to the ass games that he's had for majority of this season. He was still outplayed in every facet by Chuba Hubbard. So if we're not going to mention Chuba Hubbard as being a baller this game, I was not going to mention Miles Sanders either. But I do want to explain, and thank you all for making it this far on the video, and say that I want to apologize for being inconsistent with my content creation as of late. I will willingly admit that at this point in my YouTube journey, when as many of you all that tune in have chose to support me and subscribe to the channel, I thought that this deal would be a little bit more lucrative than it has been for me so far. I do pride myself on putting a lot of time into this. I do a lot of research. I do my own graphics. I do everything in hopes of this just being more entertaining and just more informative for you all. So I hope that you can understand that when all of those things like pretty much fall on their face, I struggle to even get up to 1,000 views sometimes. It's hard for me to continue to pour so much time into this, especially when I have other endeavors that are actually lucrative for me that I could be putting time to. I am not going to give up on YouTube. I am going to continue to bring you all content. But as of right now, I am trying to figure out a way to be better, a way to grow this channel, a way to, just get a more consistent following, because I do like YouTube. I do enjoy interacting with you all. I do enjoy talking about sports, but I want it to be a little bit bigger, man. So I'm gonna stop talking about myself there and just say thank you for tuning in to this video. If you are a return person, thank you for supporting me as much as you can, as much as you have. And if you're new here, I am Jamario Rashad. This is the way I see it. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe, and I'm out.